Wait, oh. Hello, bedheads and sleepybreds. Welcome back to the Saturday sleepover where we're going to be doing art. How's everybody doing? First of all, congratulations, Brian, Syrinx, and Blue for first, second, and third, respectfully. Gosh dang it, he is on one of the hairs, so I gotta fix him. No, he's too high up. Perfect. Good morning, everybody, and hello, Brian. How is everybody doing today? Hello, Blue. We're doing Ort, as is common in these particular times. How's everybody doing? How's your Saturday? How is the weekend going so far? I hope that it is going well. I just checked the weather before I started stream, and it's just like, you better enjoy today, because it's literally nothing but rain and thunder for the next 4 to 5 days. And I'm like, oh. Guess no outside for me. Haha. It's probably interspersed and most of it tends to dissipate, I think is the correct word. Yeah, I think a lot of it will dissipate before it even like reaches here. There's a lot of times where it's just like, it's gonna be thunder all day, and then I check, and then it's like, oh, it's gonna, be like thunderstorms from like 1 p.m. till like 9 p.m. And I'm like, that's pretty crazy. And then I'll wake up and look, and it's just like, it'll be thunderstorms from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. And it's like, oh. And then around like 6 p.m. it'll be like, there will be no thunderstorms. It's like, why did you lie? No one's gonna ask you want to go to Costco tomorrow. No. Nope. Also, I gotta work tomorrow, Syrinx. I have things that I need to do. Because next week, the schedule's gonna be a little bit weird. Because I'm gonna visit parents for like 2 days. So, there'll be a lot of, it'll be a little bit odd next week. You work. Work in the sense of I need to get those shorts done, Blue. I got work to do. I gots to do the works. Also, I think I know what we're going to draw this week. I just need to... Hey, 4B! How's it going, my dude? How was Fist? Popped in a little bit. Saw you were running around punching bots with a big old mechanical arm. How was it? Was it any good? I'm not dignifying that with a response, Syrinx. Fist is pretty great, actually. Very nice, 4B. I'm glad to hear it. I mean, it'd be kind of crappy if it was, like, a trash game, you know? Where you're like, well, I'm 2 hours in and I regret everything. I don't care at this point if it gets any better, because, like... How to say, like, I don't care if it gets better, because these first 2 hours are not worth it. That has happened, oh no. Where you're just halfway through stream and you're just like, what do you guys think? Do you think this is good? I don't think this is good. And then chat's like, it's not very good. You're like, it's not very good. For just one moment, everybody there comes together and it's just like, yep, we're all in unison here. There is no good here. Give me 1 second. I need to grab reference. There it is. quite know how I would make this drawing work, though. Alright, we're gonna grab this to start with. I'm gonna go ahead and take our reference and slap it on in here. But other than that, how are you doing, 4B? How's the weekend been treating you so far? Heard you want to potentially start making some video content, which I am all for. A big yes please from me. We have the blue already. Perfect. Thinking about it, I need to start writing the script. I believe in you, my dude. Script writing is a pain in the ass, and everything has a little bit of a chore feel to it. You know, as someone who's done a little bit of content creation, you know, I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about this by any stretch, but at least from my experience, you'll write a first draft, you'll hate it, just walk away from it for like 2 days, come back, read it again, and be like, okay, this is the stuff that works, this is the stuff that doesn't, and then start building your way from there. How did that even happen? There we go. That's at least how I've approached it in the past, and it seems to be kind of okay. I don't remember where I heard it, but there was a writer once said, the point of the second draft is to make it look like you knew all along what you were doing with the first draft. I think is roughly how the statement goes. I might not completely have that down, but I think I'm in the ballpark of it at least. I'm assuming this is a reference to your art idea. What I'm talking about right now, Brian? Oh no. I'm talking about like script writing and like writing scripts for like content creation. If you're talking about this boy, then yes, absolutely. I'm going to be copying him because since I'm doing the tarot card idea, I wanted to take one of the tarot card ideas and mimic it, but just in a slightly different way. Oh, I'm assuming this is... Never mind, Brian. I misread your statement. I completely misread it. Kindly ignore everything that I just said. Yes! This is reference for the art. Oh, it's one of those days. It's one of those days where the dyslexia is just a little bit stronger than it normally is. So you're just like, yeah, reading that. Yeah, totally got it. Respond. Read again. I did not read that correctly. Yikes. Embarrassing. I promise it wasn't intentional. It's one of those days at work today. Not only did I spill my coffee, but my boss also spilled her coffee. 4B, that sounds like one of those days where everybody should just have one of those, like, those pop-top thermoses, if that makes sense, where, like, there's the little, like, drinking spot at the top that you just have to push a button in, or have to push a button to open. The sippy cups, exactly, yeah. You can't spill them. It's impossible. Somebody spills their coffee and immediately the boss is just like, all right, everybody go get the sippy cups. Come on, we all know what's gonna happen. We know how this goes. Everyone begrudgingly goes and gets their sippy cup, and suddenly everything is okay for the rest of the day. And everyone's like, I don't want to believe that this is the power of the sippy cup. But it is, and we all know it. No. I know how this is gonna go if I don't do it the way that I want to do it. There's a reference I haven't heard in a while, Brian. Well done. I haven't heard that one in ages. That's, is that Yogcast? Yes, subtitles. I said Youngcast, not Yog. Yog. Y-O-G. Yog. Alright, well, I tried. It's Diggy Diggy Hole, exactly. Sorry, I had to step away for a bit. What are you drawing today? I am drawing, well, the topics for today are hot, death, and mountain. So, I'm gonna draw a dude being lowered into a volcano. I thought that was a pretty reasonable way of doing it. I had two options. I either did the Hanged Man, because it was a great reference to tarot cards, since I've been doing a lot of tarot cards lately. But my other idea was going to be, I just can't do these proportions properly, and I'm getting upset. Literally have it like, you know, this is how big the foot needs to be, and I just can't do it. Everything is shapes. I'm trying, Blue. I just am not good at it. Ah. Oh. Alright, while we're going for round 3 here. So, to comment again about the dyslexia thing. So, I've been listening to a bunch of podcasts, as I believe I've mentioned before. I'm a big fan of podcasts. I like listening to things while I'm doing other things. You know, if I'm cooking, usually have a podcast on. If I'm cleaning up, if I'm cleaning the apartment, if I'm, I don't know, if I'm eating something and I'm not at my computer, then, you know, I'll always have a podcast on. So, a friend of mine introduced me to a new podcast called Behind the Bastards, which is a podcast about the history of not great people. And, like, whether you like or hate the podcast is irrelevant to this story. But, so, I was looking through the catalog because, you know, I like to make sure that I have a couple of podcasts like already prepped up on my phone so that when I do get to a point where I want to listen to a podcast, I don't want to search for something. I just go to the top one and I hit play. Well, I had this one that I saw, and it was like, what was his name? Bobby Fischer. Cheese Nazi. Cheese. Come on, subtitles. Thank you. There you go. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to get this. I want to know what the heck that even means. You know, like they have titles like that So it was like in the middle of my stuff, and I was listening to a bunch of other podcasts, etc. And then I finally reached that episode, and I'm like, and I saw the Bobby Fischer part, and I'm like, oh shit, this is the one, the cheese Nazi. Let's see what this is about. And they start going, because the host will always have, well, I'm pretty sure they always have a guest. And usually it's the host that does the teaching, but this time it's actually the guest that's doing the lesson in terms of the person. And I'm like, oh, that's neat, okay. And the guy starts going and talking about stuff, and he's like, yeah, well, before we go, I actually want to talk about something else. I want to talk about like chess grandmasters. And I'm like, okay, an odd topic, but sure. So he talks about like chess grandmasters and about like how there's this guy who like is like this famous like Polish like grandmaster who actually has like a chess move named after him because he was just so good at it. Like he was famous for what was it? He was in Argentina because he fled Poland before World War II started, and he oh no, this is many this is like World War II. This is World War II era, and he like does like a blindfolded game of chess with like what is it, 45 people. Like he's literally doing 45 chess matches blindfolded simultaneously. And hey, Cobalt, how's it going? And the only reason he's doing it is to get his name out to in hopes that his family in Poland hears that he's okay. That's why he's doing it. And and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then all of a sudden the person, is explaining that, and and it's just like, yeah. And it turns out that Bobby Fischer is an even better chess player than he is. And all of a sudden I'm like, Bobby Fischer's the name of the title. And just something in my head clicked. And I take out my phone and I go back to the podcast, and it's Bobby Fischer, chess Nazi. And I'm like, God damn it. I have been waiting to get to the cheese Nazi pizza, or the cheese Nazi podcast for like a week. And then it turns out I had misread it. Dyslexia is a wonderful, horrible thing that does very strange things and can just accidentally, like, ruiningly make your day. But there you go. Also, no, Cobalt. I am on day 5 of a headache, so no dice in this case. But I will do that hydrate and stretch. Very much appreciated. There's the hydrate, and we'll do the stretch. And how are you, by the way, Cobalt? And dyslexia is a hell of a drug? Absolutely, Brian. All right, we're going to reach for the skies. And then we're going to reach for the right. And then we're going to reach for the left. And then we're going to reach back. And then we're going to shake out our wrists. Slept really late this morning, so it was nice. So that was nice. Currently doing some chores. Ah, yeah. Wait, Cobalt, did you not go straight to bed after stream? Cobalt, you were supposed to go to bed right after stream. We talked about this. I think promises may have been made. I remember seeing an illusionist with no chest experience with no chess. Why can't I read today? Chess experience. Beat 10 high-ranked chess players of varying skills. Some people just have that weird innate gift to just kind of see how it goes, you know? Like, just one of those, like, okay, this is kind of how the game works. This is how I can counter this move. Would I not go to bed right after stream? Cobalt, you would stay up for 2 hours after stream doing like a... Well, I streamed. I'm allowed to do something fun now. I say that as someone who does that a lot. Where it's like, I mean, I could do something. Although I have a weird tendency after my streams to be like, okay, well, I finished my streams. I need to go work on something now. And then when I'm finished work at like 1 or 2 a.m., I'm like, okay, well, now I'm allowed to do something fun. And then I stay up until 5, 6 a.m. And I'm just like, why did I do that? He always explains how he does things. He plays them all at the same time, and he was actually using, just duplicating moves for one in a game against another, and he just remembered who would beat who. That's so smart. So he just had really powerful pattern recognition. And hello, Gwen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Will knows too much. And hello, Mandalorian. How you doing, Gwen? I hope that your stream went well. I'm sorry that I had to tap out when I did, but I hope that you had a good time. Just comes in with the stinky note. I'm hurt. I'm hurt and offended, and I'm hurt and also offended. Oi, Mouse, work with me here. Come on. There we go. Now it works. I said I'd be around more, and this time nothing will stop me from haunting everyone now. Oh no. Check him out. Dead End Brown. He does a lot of really cool stuff. Interesting. I will have to take a peek at, him. 4B, thank you. And hello, Disco. How's it going? And throws a pillow with holy water. You can't do that, Disco. You can't do that to Gwen. Although, granted, like, I'm pretty sure Gwen is like a benevolent specter, so I don't know if holy water actually affects. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's Mandalorian. How did he manage to lock himself outside? Get on in here, my dude. It's too warm out there. As long as I have blankets, I am safe. Wait, Gwen, did you just pull, like, the childhood style? Just like, no, that doesn't hurt me because I have a force field. You know? Like, no, that doesn't, no, it didn't do that. Your power doesn't work. There's an old meme called I'm behind 7 proxies. Go ahead. Try to do something. You can't. I literally have 7 proxies. Just to co-opted it. Nah, you're doing great, Gwen. I appreciate it. It was funny. How are you doing? Did you sleep well? I slept relatively well. I woke up once, but I'm pretty sure my upstairs neighbors, who are kind of noisy and clumsy as hell, like, it is, I'm pretty sure once a week I hear something fall onto the floor. And I think that's the only reason I woke up, was they probably dropped something. Like, I don't have any solid proof of that, Because obviously when you first snap awake, it's kind of like, what? Not even fully conscious yet? But since I woke up with a bit of a start, I'm like, okay, they probably dropped something. But other than that, I slept relatively well. I would say so, at least. And then I wanted to mod my Wii, so now you have very nice Mandalorian. I hope that you're having a good time. And right back at you, Gwen. I hope that you're having a good post stream at the moment. Speaking of sleep, you gotta work tomorrow. You gotta work on a Sunday? Oh no, 4B. But also have yourself a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope that work goes smoothly tomorrow for you. And appreciate my dude. Have a good sleep. Go. Now to just get the rest of it semi-correct. The arms should be relatively easy because they're just out and then back in again. At least for the most part. There we go. Which, yeah, unfortunately, that's the only story that I got for you guys today. Life is not that interesting for me at the moment, besides just doing a buttload of work. Which, like, I'm content with. I'm enjoying the... How to say it? The... Let's see if I can make a bunch of content over the course of a couple of weeks. I think that's actually been very fun, and it's showing me my limitations, etc. But... When does Gremlin Pope arrive? I'm sorry, Gwen. Gremlin Pope was a one-time lad. Wait, just got back from dinner. What was the story? Oh, dyslexia is a hell of a drug is essentially the story. I was listening to, or I was looking forward to a new podcast. What was the story? Fake cool fact. Well, you see, Bojazz. I was trying to listen to a podcast about the Gremlin Saint. The Gremlin Saint Dorito. But unfortunately, it turns out that I misread it, and it turns out that the podcast was actually about the patron saint Doritos. And I was a very, very sad lad once I figured that out, you know? You're just like, oh, this is the one. We're switching over to the podcast that I'm excited about. No. It had nothing to do with it's had nothing to do with anything that you thought you wanted it to be. And I was very sad. And also, how you doing, by the way, Bojazz? That sounds devastating. It was devastating. Ruined my whole night. so me and my buddy know this guy gave us a hell of a deal on some ground up dyslexia. Ugh. I would never desire anybody to have to go down the road where you willingly take dyslexia for yourself. Just like, no, don't do that. Stop that. So why are we hanging a dude? We're not hanging a dude, Bojazz. Just doing some light beginning of packing. Light beginning of packing? Oh, has the time almost come? But it's worth one more character creation point. Why not? It can't be that bad. And Bojazz, basically, we're lowering... Ooh, that's actually pretty close. That's what, like 2? No, it's 3 weeks from now. Read it perfectly. Did I read it right, Gwen? I'm sorry. Ah! I'm stressing. I'm panicking. Well, I'm glad that I did it correctly, Gwen. Starting to sweat a little over here. Was just like, man, did that come across in the incorrect way? Did I whoopsie daisy that? But also, I can't delay for an hour. I have things to do just under 3 weeks. Can't wait to have you you friends over for some games. Well, I don't have transport, Bojazz, but I'd be willing to. Also, Bojazz, why do you lie to the boy? Why would you do that? You can't just be like, hey, very tall man, you can stand in my basement. And then he's like, oh, I'm in the basement. I'm going to stand up straight very quickly. Gonk. Unconscious. Concussion. Dead. I don't think those proportions actually turned out that bad, which is very surprising. Alright, so this is probably what her boy is going to look like. Yeah, he's definitely a gonk. What the heck is a gonk? I too describe myself as a gonk. What's a gonk? Syrinx is tall, eh? Syrinx is pretty tall. Oh god, wait, Bojazz, are you going down the road of cyberpunk at the moment? Either TTRPG or just like, how to say it, just like media in general? Because I love the concept of stuff. I've been playing it, the TTRPG with this. Oh, nice, my dude. Cyberpunk is a wonderful TTRPG. Like, I genuinely do enjoy it. I've just sadly never gotten to play it. But having read all the stuff that I have, I'm just like, oh, this is actually really good. Like, I like this a lot. It's got a great feel to it. I love all the skills. I love the fact that there is a stat for style. You know what I mean? Describe him as a freakish giraffe human hybrid. My typing is all over the place today. I mean, I read it properly, I think. I prefer, because of the setting, Rules are jank. Are jank though. I haven't gotten to try Shadowrun either, Gwen. It's on my list of like PDFs to sit down, crack open, and read. I still got a lot of things that I need to read. Don't hate on my leopard spots. I'm sorry. Giraffes don't have leopard spots, Syrinx. They have giraffe spots. They're very different. I stopped keeping up post 3rd edition, 4th edition changed things in a way. This is Shadowrun, right? Just so I'm clear, Gwen. Yes. Okay. Yeah, they're up. They're up quite a couple of editions now, aren't they? Aren't they on like? Hold on. Let me look at mine for a second. I got into it because, yeah, dude, it's so neat. It's basically just like, yeah, magic entered the world, and people with like, what was it, like, suppressed, like, fantasy race genetics essentially went, and they're like, oh, I'm an orc now. Oh, I'm an elf now. Ancestry, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. And could not reach and was just like, well, I'm just going to fumble my way through this thought process until I get there. Shadowrun. Yeah, I have 6th edition PDFs. So, it's been it's a couple in. But I feel like as we're getting into the era that we're in, a lot of TTRPGs are going to start to simplify themselves. You know, like 5e is pretty simplified. Like it's much easier to get into than some of the earlier stuff was. But I think it's just they started seeing like, oh, like the concept of like being a nerd and, you know, like the negative connotations to that has started to like melt away. And, you know, they're seeing a new market for tabletop players. I just recently got the Diablo 4 official Blizzard Terra deck. So pretty. Nice, Erwin. Also, hello. 4th E was great for battles. If it wasn't called D&D, it would have flourished. Yeah, I recall the, how to say it, the rage of the 3.5s versus the 4Es. And Riders of, today is just a day. Riders of Satellites, hello, how is it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. I played 3.5 and 3.0 a fair bit, Gwen. They were very fun. There was a lot of jank to it from time to time, but it was a solid system. Played every edition and Pathfinder. Damn! Wait, so have you also played Pathfinder or played/read into Pathfinder 2E? I am trying so hard to read that. Bourbon or bourbon, chipotle mayo, and sweet tea. I hope that you're not pouring the mayo into the sweet tea. But is it good? Are you enjoying yourself, Ryder? Or Riders? Because if so, great, fantastic. I'm glad to hear. Mostly prefer running games to playing them. I love Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Can you explain to me, and I'm sorry for putting the onus on you, but what is the big change between 1E and 2E for Pathfinder? Because I never got into Pathfinder. I know that it was a crunchier Dungeons and Dragons as far as I understood. Ah, hello, liar. Ah, hello, liar. Ah, hello, liar. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Hey, now. Hold on. Now I'm just confused. This is not how it's supposed to be. I'm confused. Hello, liar. It's about as different as 3E to 5E. Oh. There's still a lot of character creation depth. Ooh. Ooh, Gwen, you're talking my language right now. Ooh, you're talking my language, because I remember... And now, mind you, I was a teenager when I played, like, 3.0. But it always really felt like... disappointing that you put more on your burger. No! You can technically rectify that by eating another burger. Was it? It always felt like melee characters in 3.5 and 3.0 kind of were stuck grabbing power attack and cleave. You know what I mean? Like, it was always kind of like, yeah, you should do this. I mean, you don't have to, but combat-wise, it's very beneficial for you to be able to take away some of your attack points and go, damage! Unlike 5e, 5e and Pathfinder has a lot of depth of character creation. I want to run a campaign at some point in the future. That's awesome. I might have to look into 2e then and just take a peek at it. Just need things to settle down more. I feel you, Gwen. I hope that things are going well, by the way. You could make a bomb melee if you know what to do. But it takes more work than a caster, and that's saying something. Better, just slow. Look, there's nothing wrong with slow. Slow is not a negative trait. I just reshifted homemade tarot card deck, but made around parts of the psyche instead of the fates of the bot. Ooh, can you elaborate on that a little bit more, Riders? I would actually like to know more about that. You've piqued my interest, one might say. I like my players having character that they can do whatever they want. You sound like my roommate, who's just like, did you know that if you make a barbarian druid hybrid, you can make some of the craziest tanks in the game? And I'm just like, no. And he's just like, I made one. Here's his name and here's his backstory, and this is how he's actually going to get to this point. And I'm like, good God, man. You don't have a lot of patience, so slow is my bag. Brian, I'm saying specifically from the perspective of taking care of yourself. If you need to sit down and take the day, people will call that slow, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, taking care of yourself is a positive thing. I am also not someone that has a lot of patience, but I acknowledge that sometimes you need to take things slow for the sake of your health. Or your mental health. Which is technically the same thing, but for some reason I feel like they need to be stated. You can min-max anything, even a janitor. I'm gonna have the most interesting, intense janitor character you ever did see. Oh, I can't remember what the heck it was. I was just listening to something. A podcast snippet. Oh, it was My Brother and Me. And they created this like ridiculous character while they were riffing about something. And then in the end, they're just like, they give him like one more trait, and they're just like, I'm the most interesting character that the McElroy brothers have ever created. And it just makes me think of that right now, Gwen, where you're just like, yeah, also, this is the most interesting janitor that you will ever meet. Like, just bar none. Ah, crap. Now you got me thinking about, fantasy, or I guess, like, what did you call it? Like, fantasy tech janitors. Just how to build a fantasy tech janitors. When I was your level, I fought a beholder with nothing but with only a mop, some holy water, and a prayer. And I won. Oh, damn it. No, no, no. He's like, and one might say that I mopped the floor with that beholder. I'm also a little bit of a comedian. I can't look, but hello, hello, Kaju. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, give me 1 second. I need to just get a couple of lines on screen because otherwise I feel like I'm not making any progress. I got the Emburdened Heart for sympathy / the Carnal Cartographer for horny, the Walking Dreamer for wonder and artistic prowess. Interesting. Hold on, let me really quickly look at the... Let me really quickly remember those. Okay. I think I see how you can approach what you're talking about. Nice. I like that. Also, that pun is terrible. You should end stream because of it. You're right. I can't do it. I like when higher level retired NPC. I like when higher mentor the players a bit when they start out. There's this reoccurring thing with one DM that I know. I don't know how I figured this out because I've only ran in one of his games once, but he was describing this town that we were in, and like, you know, we went to like the bar keep, and it was this fancy like inn with like, you know, like a dragon's head mounted onto the... No, it wasn't a dragon's head. I can't remember what it was. You know, like a skull, like a big monster skull hanging off like the top on full display, and the person, you know how to say it, like the owner and barkeep was like this just like hulk of like an individual. And at one point I'm just like, are they a transformed dragon? And the DM just had this moment of like pause, turns to me and just kind of goes, no. And I'm like, I don't know about that one. I think that you might be lying to me. Now, obviously, I'm not a metagamer. I don't like metagaming. I stick with what my character knows and work with that. But, surprise, later down the way, we learn that he has some dragon ancestry. Wink. And I'm just like, Almost like I called it session 1. Is you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, Riders. What's up? Once I can finish the design for the alluring politician / social ability, then I'll post them in the AP Discord. I look forward to seeing them, Ryder. It's always nice to see when people... what was the dragon's alignment? I can't remember what type of dragon they were. I don't remember. They were definitely a, what do you call it? A metallic. No, that'd be chrome. Oh my god, which one's which again? How do I not remember this? I'm a DM. Metallic versus chromatic dragons. Okay, yeah, he was a metallic dragon. There we go. I just don't remember which one. Chromatic dragons are normally like... chromatic dragons are normally evil aligned. Because they're more connected to Tiamat. Whereas the metallic dragons are more connected to Bahamut. which exist in a never-ending war between each other. I believe they're also siblings, Bahamut and Tiamat. Or Tiamat. Alright, well now you're just being a jerk. Subtitles. I might not be good at English speaking, but I know that I didn't fuck it up that badly. Alright, so we have that, so we can hide this. And the way that I kind of want to do it... Chromatic dragons are a result of experimental crossbreeding. Oh, wrong franchise. I have no idea what that means, Erwan. Oh, wait. Is this WoW? This has to be WoW. Alright, yeah. I was about to say, wait a second. Hold on. Things are starting to make sense to me a little bit. Ooh. I could. But I need to reduce the length a little bit. I haven't played WoW, so I don't get it. Oh, there's nothing to get here, Riders. Just I realize that Erwan is making a reference to WoW. That is the full extent of that statement. Whereas, like, the stuff that I'm talking about, the chromatic dragons versus the metallic dragons, that's a Dungeons and Dragons thing. Sorry, I should have clarified on that. That's on me. All right, so we have that. We have this. We want it about right there. Oh, that's still there. Pecorinos. Get on out of here. We don't need you yet. The original leader of the Black Dragon Flight's son went crazy and did a bunch of experiments to create his own army. I mean, that sounds about right. If I recall correctly, the Black Dragon Flight was, like, a lot of them are kind of nasty, though, aren't they, Erwan? I have no answer to that, Riders, unfortunately. In this case, the chromatic versus the metallic is simply based on, one, the names, and two, whether or not they are an evil or a good alignment. Chromatic being the evil and the metallic being the good. Most do not survive infancy because they are unstable, they twist. His twisted magic artificially ages them up, and thus chromatic dragon. Was that? Am I wrong about this, Erwan, or was that in Burning Crusade? Like, am I losing my mind right now, or was that Burning Crusade? Because I know that no, those were something else. In Outland, they had a specific type of dragon too. I just can't remember what they're called anymore. You're dragging me down a rabbit hole that I haven't been down in a very, very long time. My God. Blackrock Spire is where they were introduced. Dragging you down a rabbit hole. Liar. Well done. No notes. Keep up the good work. But also, Madge. Planes of all of them and used their magic to crossbreed them, and that's how the chromatic backgrounds came to be mixed colors. Okay. Like, I have very, very, very faint memories of this. But that was a long time ago at this point. Alright, you know what? We're going to do something different today. Cataclysm is where the chromatic dragon flight is properly introduced into the storyline. I did play Cataclysm, so I should remember it, but having a little bit of a... Ooh. One moment, please. One moment. Have some light shining on my monitor, and I'm like, oh, my monitor's kind of dusty. I should wipe that off a little bit. There we go. So yeah, no memory of this. This is all from lore lurking. Just lurking all that lore. A common practice, naturally. For you, actually, we should save before we do anything else. I will give you kudos, though, Erwin, for remembering this stuff, because I am awful at remembering stuff like this. I love lore, but I'm so bad at remembering it. Nah, I just liked wagons. Alright, I take back everything I said. No more kudos for you. Not a single one. Consider yourself de-kudosed. Hey, Moon. How's it going? Nice to see you. Hope that your weekend's treating you well so far. Okay, he's gonna go play some pretty anime girls. Blade and Soul? Question mark? If I were to take a guess. A lot of messaging. Will, you have a question? Where's the push-up redeem? Liar, I am on day 5 of a headache, and I'm just not willing to do push-ups with a headache. I just not willing to do it. Do you like goody dragons? I'm not sure what you mean, riders, unless I'm just misunderstanding the context because I'm a little bit behind in terms of chat. Oh, Tower of Fantasy. Got it. Makes sense. You just want to drop by and support the homie. Hell yeah. I'm glad to hear that your weekend is going well. Moon, please continue to have a good weekend. And yeah, have yourself a great lurk, by the way, everyone. Have a fun stream. Do all the fun things. Have the good times. Wonder if this guy will be a vampire. Nah, this dude ain't no vampire. He's just a man being lowered into a volcano. No further origin story required. Okay, that's very... I'm sorry, liar. In all other cases, I would just be like, to heck with it. Like if I had maybe like a little bit of a stomachache or something.
to buy some Excedrin for your headache?
No, I've already done the, how to say it. I took like an aspirin like 3 days in a row, and I'm just like, nah, we're gonna go ahead and not do that anymore because I don't wanna go down that road of just relying on that forever. I don't know the song reference there, Ryder. Which song is that from? And good morning. By the way, how was your vacation? Yeah, how was your vacation, Kaju? These lyrics I remembered somebody. Fair enough. Aspirin doesn't do shit. They probably. Why you're still hurting? What? Aspirin helps me out a fair bit, Erwan. Because I never take anything for my headache, so when I do take something, it actually does something. It helps numb it a little bit, or it reduces it by quite a bit. Well, do you try a hot shower for your headache? I was supposed to take a shower today, Brian, but I haven't gotten a chance to yet because I was too... I would be late for stream otherwise. And I don't know if it helps. I always am just like, yeah, that'll probably help. And then I never, like, remember if it does or not. Wait, mixing caffeine with a Tylenol? No, thank you. That sounds like a terrible idea. That sounds like something that would make my brain just hurt. Stinky? Excuse me, liar. I mean, you're right. Exactly. So I don't want it, Erwan. No, thank you. I'll just do the normal thing and stretch, because I'm pretty sure it's mostly neck strain. I just don't know what's causing my neck strain. I think that's where a lot of my headache is coming from. If you do, try to let the hot water hit the parts of your head that are hurting for a few seconds. Water is good at relaxing muscles. It's absolutely true, Brian, and I hope that that's... Joke's on you, I don't have any Tylenol. I have aspirin, and that's it. Also, get out of here, Erwan. You got a stream to go to. Go on. Go on, get. And Hey Moon by John... Mouse? Mouse? Oh no. Subtitles? Okay, you're working again. Good. Liar, I'm not that stinky. Jeez. And besides, it's the weekend. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm allowed to be stinky. Bleh. Alright. Go take a bath, stinker. I don't like baths. I don't like baths, liar. The last, how to say it. Also, I'm not allowed to take baths anymore. I fall asleep in them. Moon, you're not wrong, and trust me, I'm trying to fix my posture, thusly. Also, I think it's also bad sleeping. How to say it? Bad sleeping positions, so I'm trying to fix that. I'm doing a lot of things in rapid succession to try and fix things. And it's not as bad as a headache as the other days. It's more of just like a light tingle today, but it's still enough to be like, eh. Don't take too many showers. Oh, don't worry about that, riders. And also thank you for the posture check, Redeem Blue. I am sitting relatively straight, so bad sleep in general can really destroy you. Yeah, that's the fun thing too. Apparently waking up with headaches can also be a sign of sleep apnea, and I'm like, great. Wait. Liar. All right. Question for you. We were talking the other day about complex carbs. Or processed carbs? I can't remember what the exact word was. What about rice? That's why I nap on my floor. I can't sleep on my back, Moon. I can't do it. What kind of rice? Regular rice. The rice that comes in a large bag. Okay, gotta go. Absolutely fine, writers. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you do have a second burger and that your sweet tea is delicious. Have yourself a good one. Regular rice. Yeah, you heard me, Blue. Especially to get up early the next day. Yeah. Gosh dang it. I need to make progress. White rice is kind of refined. I think it's probably better than refined flour or sugar, though. So rice is one of the defeaters to your thought process. Then defeaters in the sense of like, for some reason in my head, this is like a how to defeat liar at this situation, even though there's literally no point. Oh, also, by the way, Lyra, I forgot to say, congratulations on your success with Project Zomboid the other day. You guys kicked ass, even though I believe you said that that your LMG was being a funky lad for some reason. And we're just gonna pull this in just a little bit. How dare you, Nivek? You come in here and accuse me of such heinous sins. How's it going, Nivek? But he's just like, you ready to watch me freaking ruin Will's whole career? Boom. And I'm like, how could you do this? I stopped setting an alarm for myself before bed because I would force myself to wake up earlier than I was supposed to. So at some point the alarm would just be an annoyance. Now my body wakes up when it needs to. Yay. That's what you actually meant to write there, was yay. I haven't researched it one way or another. Brown rice tastes bad. IMO, so I don't eat it. Do you eat white rice, though? Liar, the people want to know. Mostly because I'm in a weird thing where, like, I need to have this discussion. And Nivek, how's your weekend been going? Please, Nivek. Nivek, please tell me that you had a chance to get some rest this weekend. Even if it's just Saturday right now. White rice tastes pretty good. So I'm not on keto, so I eat it sometimes. The thing that I hate right now is I wanted to look into, like, removing some carbs from my general, like, eating habits, right? Like, because carbs do have a tendency to pack the pounds on a little bit just because of the way that the human body works. But it's so irritating when you try to look up, like, a low-carb diet. It's just, like, you know, it reminds you that we're in such a vanity state as, like, a species, at least in North America, because everything is just like how to lose an insane amount of weight, how to survive on like a 1,200 calorie, like a day meal. I'm like, this is not what I want. I just want alternatives to carbs. Like, what's a thing that I can make, that I can store in my fridge, that I can snack on whenever I want, that will be tasty. I don't care if it's if it tastes like carbs. I just want to have food in the fridge that I can enjoy. And it's just like, get that beach body, and I'm like, that's not what I'm aiming for. I have no interest in the thing you're trying to sell me. Just literally give me some recipes for some like low or non-carb meals. And it's just like, you'll be popping off with these freaking low carb something poppers, and I'm like, I hate it here. Good God, just some basic meals. I'm asking for so little. Hold on. Worked every day, including today. Just got off 20 minutes ago. But now I get to do the Pokemon tabletop, and I'm happy. So yay. Hell yeah, Nivek. I hope that you have a good ass time, my dude. Hold on, I'm missing a couple messages here. Also on Zomboid, I didn't really do anything. Like, you got the MLG to work later down the line, didn't you? I swear that you did. Oh, I went back to check. It's good. Great first OC. Love the pink. Honestly. Nope, that was Cooks. You didn't manage to get it to... I was so sure. I was just like, oh yeah, I think Liar said something about her getting the stuff to work again. And I was like, hell yeah. She's going to be the freaking... the LMG queen once more. And now you're telling me that I was wrong. I don't know how to approach this subject. There's bacon and eggs. Fantastic. I don't want bacon and eggs just sitting in my fridge for periods of time. That's not what I'm aiming for. But yes, bacon and eggs is obviously like a good, how to say it, a like quote staple food. Which is like, you want something tasty? Eat that. And it's like, Well, I mean, the problem with it is, too, is a lot of it's literally just like, make some meat and make some vegetables. And I'm like, well, like, meat / like protein foods. What, like, I'm looking for is like, hey, here you can make a pot of something in like a go, put it in the fridge, and then take out the meal whenever you want. You know, like, that's kind of that's what I look for. I don't want to cook every meal. That's not something I'm interested in. I think I've actually done this slightly incorrectly, and now I need to... Ew, cooking. Right, Blue? You get it. Thing I hate about keto. Every pre-meal is filled with sugar. It's so difficult to make literally every meal. Oh, sorry. What I hate about keto. Every pre-made meal is filled with it. Cooking is fun. Though not gonna lie, it's a hobby of mine, so I'm biased. Like, I don't mind cooking, Moon. But I like cooking in the sense of where I can cook bulk. If I can cook bulk and then just every now and then just take a scoop and just put it into a bowl, heat it up, and eat it, that's what my aim is. And Stitches, how's it going, my dude? Happy Saturday. Hope that your weekend is treating you well. Why don't you prep? Make food, then freeze. Because... bleh. I just want to make a pot of something. That's why I make Stumput, because it's just like, poof, there. Okay, so what you could do is this. All right, I'm good. I'm listening. I've been better. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry to hear, Stitches. I hope things get better soon. been trying to cook more and it hurts Moon. Wait, what? What do you mean it hurt? Oh, sorry. And it hurts Moon, comma, Moon. Got it. I was about to say, I am so confused. How does that hurt Moon? What a creepy food. I don't know, Moon. That sounds like a lot of work. This is a lot of work. I'm sorry, Blue. I'm sorry. Today is not a good reading day. I'm not good at reading. Actually, wait. I make one mistake and it gets pointed out. No, Blue, that's not what's happening here. I'm saying that I read it out, was confused, then corrected myself, and then stated it for myself. I didn't say to you, Blue, there needs to be a comma there. I'm saying, oh, and it hurts, comma, Moon. That's for me. That's not a judgment on you, Blue. Make a pot full of taco meat. Don't drain the fat. Try to get rid of the water by just try to get rid of the water by reducing. Then freeze the taco meat in bags. You can take out the bags and you can make tacos then. Liar, I have taco meat in my fridge right now. So either get out of my head or get the cameras out of my apartment. Whichever one. Get out of here. Stuffed bell peppers with that would be something Will might like. Carbs free too. Like, I don't mind having some carbs in it. I was just like having a moment of like, well, is there a way to reduce carbs? Let's take a peeksy poo at it. And then it's like, and then it's like, oh, this is like weirdly obnoxious to like get any information out of. We'll talk about it later soon, don't worry. No problem, Kaji. You have a good time with the Apex. Okay, that's the sketch. So here's where we begin. I just got a burrito, tortilla, filled it with a bunch of stuff, and that's my meal for the day. But I'm a snacker, liar. Like, what? Because I work on a bunch of stuff, because I'm a NEET. There's a lot of times where if something's not working, I just get up and go get a snack. It's like, oh, okay. Like, I bought some cucumber the other day because I'm like, oh, cucumber's a nice little, just you know, something to just munch on. Like, it's not something, how to say it, it's healthy. It doesn't really do anything to you, but it's like definitely like oh, I just need something to snack on. Crunch, crunch. Ah, okay, there we go. Back to computer and work on more stuff. Liar, why are you making up words? That's not a word. Why would you make up words like that? You're trying to trip me up. I see what you're doing. I know, I just want to share an easy recipe. And you're good, Moon. No issues at all. I'm just trying to figure it out. This is something that's on my brain right now, and I finally have a topic to talk about, which is crazy. Doesn't have carbs. It's healthy. You could have celery if you don't want carbs or anything crunchy. Or some crackers you don't mind if you don't mind some carbs. I don't like celery, so celery doesn't work. Celery is bitter and gross. Don't at me. And also, I do not know how to say that sauce. Well, celery doesn't like you either. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Syrinx. Then we can continue to hate each other. Tzatziki? Tatziki. The only way I eat celery is with peanut butter. I've heard that before, Stitches. Wait, wouldn't that technically be, like, kind of on the healthier side, though? Because, like, peanut butter is basically just ground up nuts. And I think nuts are absolutely allowed in, like, a ketogenic diet. Not that I want a ketogenic diet. This is the one thing that I really need to stress. Like, this isn't me trying to go on, like, a keto diet. I'm just curious as to why it's so difficult to find, like, good, simple, like, mass-produced or mass-production style recipes when it comes to, like, trying to do lower carb stuff. Obviously, if I want to be a boring ass individual, I buy a bunch of chicken, I cook a bunch of chicken, cut it up into chunks, freezer it or put it in the fridge or whichever it ends up going into, and then just, like, every day, like, boil some beans, you know? Boil some beans, boom, put it on a plate, take some of the chicken, put it on a plate, boom, that's my freaking meal for the day. You know what I mean? Pork rinds. I got nothing. P.S. I do appreciate everybody who's contributing to this because I'm very bad at Google. Google is not my friend. So, gaining some assistance in the thought processes required to make this particular idea work is nice because I'm not very good at it. Pork rinds are crunchy. They don't have any carbs. It's only fat and protein. Interesting. Natural crunchy peanut butter, though. Have you had? I don't think I have, liar. I'm sorry. They're close to... To what now? When I was very into fitness. Moon, aren't you still technically into fitness? I swear that you do the gym thing from time to time. All right, I'll Google it. Onion. Onion flavored corn snack. I have no idea what this is. Are they chips? It looks like you only can get them at Walmart, so they seem pretty American-based. Hey, liar, you want to know this crazy thought process to that? You can't imagine that because the person who's never had them has never had them, so they don't know that they exist. Isn't that crazy? Sorry. I get weirdly annoyed with when people do that stuff. Like, imagine never having eaten this before. It's just like, it's very easy. Think of something that you've never had before and just do that. Because it's just that. It's exactly that. You can't, if you don't know it exists, there's nothing lost. You know what I mean? That... I'm gonna go back to drawing. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, actually, I need to take a break because I don't have any water left. All right, we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. If you guys can and are able to, I hope that you get up and stretch, grab yourself something to eat, grab yourself something to drink. Make sure that you guys are taking care of yourselves. I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, and I will see you guys very soon. Yeah, right, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. Alright, let's get this thing done. Let's do them their work and things. And we'll even go with some thinner lines today. Nah, Lyra, I think I'm good. Appreciate the thought process, though. I've gone this long without them, you know? I might as well stay true to form. Might as well keep living that, how did you say it? That depraved lifestyle? And thank you, Moon. And thank you, Brian. And thank you, Blue. Hope that I'm hitting that correctly. Yeah, give him to Syrinx. Syrinx is willing to try stuff. Syrinx is a good lad. He'll consume all the things and try all the bet. Short circuit. Brain is dead now. Restarting. He will try all of the nuanced and strange foods in the world. To the star, star, star. Gotta try everything at least once. I'm glad that you have that attitude, Syrinx. It's a good attitude to have, I think. Oh, I was side noting a typo. Oh, that explains a lot, honestly. That answers a lot of questions, Moon. And what about Naughty Liar? I'm sorry. I do not even know what this guy's outfit is going to be. If he's hot, he'll probably just be wearing a t-shirt. I was making curry, so I'm clumsier at the moment. Curry makes you clumsier? I have many questions at the moment, Moon. Mishaps and typos. Fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh no, his torso's way too long. Yeah, I'm just gonna accept it. I'm just gonna accept it. I can see that, Syrinx. That sounds like actually a half decent name for a metal band. Or a metal album. Today is a day. I was all tapping to my name. Yeah, that's what I'm asking you, liar. What's naughty? What's the thought process? I don't understand. I'm sorry, I didn't see the second message. That's on me. What Blue wrote? Ah, okay. All questions have been answered. God, actually drawing a human face. Ah! This is a mistake. Actually, hold on. I'll make a band, a metal band, name that on your behalf. But you'll be the one on the violin. You'll be the entire metal band. Do you have more than one skill in terms of instruments, Moon? Because if so, do share with the class. I feel like this needs to be rounded just a little bit more. there we go. That's the best way to approach this. Oh, a few, but that's besides the point. You intend to break your violin every show. No! You leave that violin alone. Moon. That violin didn't do nothing. You leave that boy alone. Liar, you are on fire today, and I don't know if I'm okay with it. I don't know if I can accept these charges. My office anger needs to be released somehow. Wait, is this just is this just a giant reference to oh crap, what the heck is the name of that anime again? The Red Panda, I believe. Like, is that what it is? I don't remember the name of the anime. Agretsuko? Is that what it is, Moon? Is that all this is? Is it just a giant reference? Go. Well, that's not supposed to happen. You gotta live those dreams. Hell yeah, you do, Moon. Heck yeah, you do. Also, I think we've had this conversation before, but do you guys have... how to say it? Do you guys have games that like actually like trap you in some regard? Like they're just like, oh, this is my next, you know, X number of hours. It doesn't matter if I set an alarm, if you know, if I plan around this, whatever. It's just like, nope, that's it. I know what the rest of my evening is at this point. whether I choose it or not. League of Legends was like that in a bad way. Oh no, that is not a great option for that, liar. Which I think you know. League of Legends is very dangerous for that. Depends on the game. Hey, Akuma, how's it going? It's a little bit too peachy, I think. It seems too... Yeah, that'll do. Oh, Minecraft, also a really good one, Moon. Absolutely. Just quick and dirty on this one real quick. Oh, heckerinos. How did I manage to goof this? I believe one for you. Oh, yeah, it is. Factorio, and right now I'm playing... I made the mistake of opening up Songs of Styx, or Six. It's spelled S-Y-X. It's a city builder. Last night after I did a bunch of work, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then, yeah. Hours passed, and I'm just like, oh no. Heck. How does this happen? How did I get here? League of Legends is like an impulse, is like the impulse a gambler has when they are desperately trying to win back what they've lost, except instead of money, it's dopamine. Liar, no! Liar, no! I was playing Space Exploration Factorio. That sounds like so much time and effort. Kuma, that sounds terrible. Not in a, like a bad way terrible, but in like a, oh god. This wouldn't be the one with dwarves that you played a while back. No, that's Dwarf Fortress. Songs of Six is like, how to say, I've never played it on stream before, and I probably never will, because it's not very interesting to watch. But, yeah, that sounds about right, Kuma. Oh my god, liar. Space Engineers was so fun, though. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, liar. I have like 200 hours in it. Oh yeah, I played it with a buddy of mine. And we just, how to say it, we started on a planet, we found a place that had a bunch of minerals, and then we just like hunkered down, dug a base into the side of a mountain, like literally like dug, like made a device, one of those mining ones that does the, you know, that has like the miner drills on it. Then we dug a perfect like rectangle into the mountainside that we then set up a bunch of lights and stuff and like turned it into, and like managed to get like open and close doors that activate on motion sensor. It was stupid, but it was so much fun. But hours, just absolute hours into that game. Loved that game. And then when you're trying to get into space and you've got all your how to say it, your oh, he's absolutely streaming tomorrow, Brian. Don't worry about that. At least I'm like 90% sure he will be. And then when you have all like your prototypes out in the yard that are all just shattered messes because you just didn't quite get like the propulsion system properly, it's like, you know, you win some, you lose some. Time to go get some more materials. Yeah, no. Space Engineers is great. I had a lot of fun with Space Engineers. At first it annoyed the heck out of me because I couldn't figure out how to get off planet. But then at one point I was like, well, wait, what if you just work really hard and eventually get there? Cool, although I understand if you didn't, sometimes you gotta take a break after vacation. Space Engineers, like outer space? Yeah, Moon. There's two different. I think at this point it has had a lot of updates since the last time I played, but it's like how to say it, like a resource gather building modular design kind of game where like you can start on a planet, you have to like gather resources, put them through like, you know, like processors, make materials with it, turn those materials into other materials. Very Factorio-esque, but without like giant setups. And eventually you'll get to a point where like you've made your own like little driving buggies, which you can make like piece by piece. Like it, like legitimately you put down like a leg that essentially kind of lets the game know, like, all right, anything that you build on top of this is going to be a vehicle. So you need to make sure that it has blocks, that it has wheels, that it has a steering wheel and a sitting column, that it has a propulsion system, that it has like batteries and ways to charge those batteries, etc., 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 unless you want like a little fuel production thing on board, in which case you have to make sure that you have access to that. But like you build it cube by cube. The world is also huge. Yes, the world is massive. And then later, once you get yourself established, you can start making like bigger vehicles, and you can start making flying vehicles, like transports to like bring resources from one place to another should you want to do that. And then like later it's just like, well, I want to get to this, I want to get, you know, up there, point to sky. So you're just like, all right, so I got to start making like rocket fuel and like propulsion systems that let you do that. And you have to like actually push through like how to say it, through what's the word that I'm trying to get there, like inertia. Like you got to get through like the Earth's gravity in order to, or the planet's gravity in order to get to space. And then even when you're in space, you need to make sure that you've set the thing up so that you can land again should you want to, which sometimes does not go the way you think it does, because you think that giant fucking rocket in the back with all the fuel that you have in there is going to make it happen, but you're charging down at the planet at like 200 like miles per hour, or like probably closer to like 500 miles per hour, and you're trying to slow down, but you're slowing down at the rate of like 5 miles a second, and it only takes 6 seconds to get to the ground. And then you just go, huh, something went wrong somewhere. Sorry, I just re-unlocked a bunch of Space Engineer memories. Very fun game. Summary. You just gotta figure out how to do things properly. Is it linear, or do you have a lot of freedom? I believe it's one of the, how to say it. I believe. Now, Liar, you can correct me on this since you probably have played it more recently than I have, because it's been a few years. But I believe it's pretty free, but you do need to, like, work towards certain, like, later bits. But, like, you can do a lot of stuff early game. Like, literally start by making, like, a little go-kart. Just by, like, mining the ground for some, like, some iron and stuffing it into, like, a box and making the iron turn into, like, materials. There aren't set quests. It's completely open world. I mean, depends on the mode you play. Oh, that's also true, Liar. That's fair. There's a couple different modes that you can play. Oh no, Liar, I needed you here as my info person. But that means we're at basically the same level. But yeah, it's very fun, Moon, is the summary. It's very silly and fun. But I played free play also on some multiplayer servers. Ooh. Now, were you being friendly or not friendly? It's basically like Minecraft where you set your own goals. Yeah, that's actually that's a pretty good point. But like, if you can have smaller and bigger cubes, because it is cubular-esque in terms of building, not in terms of landscape. But there's like very small cubes and very big cubes. Also, there's nothing better than trying to make a little like ground buggy and being like, yeah, I want to put a giant solar panel on this so that it can be powered by the sun, but then having it be so unbalanced because of this giant solar panel on the back. Everyone is so spread out and think I got into combat. Fair enough. I did my best to hide my base, though. Did you hide it in a mountain? Yes, dag right you did. Ain't nobody gonna find it in a mountain. And yeah, Brian, I'm pretty sure that he's going to be streaming tomorrow. I don't think you have to worry about that. Well, at this point, we're just going down this road. It wasn't the intention, but we're going down this road. I don't know if they found it, though. Yeah, like, you come back, it's like, we'll give it another go, and you go back, and it's just gone, and it's just like, well, you know what? Good for them. They figured it out. Probably not running anymore. Fair enough. Fair enough. Like I said a few years ago. Yeah, hold on. Let me check. When was the last time? Let me take a peeksy poo because I'm kind of curious. There you go. While Steam takes a second to open up. I remember playing with a group of peeps at one point and just being like, last played 2020. Oh. Hold on. Space Engineers. February 16th, 2020. Liar, get out of my head. Hey, Spencer, how's it going, my dude? Technically more recent. Yeah, so you need to have all the knowledge. You're the encyclopedia now, Liar. How does game work? And happy Saturday, by the way, Spencer. I hope that your weekend has been treating you well so far. Game work by magic. Just magic. Pure magic. Nothing else. Blow one cartridge, put an N64 game work. Is that the kind of magic we're talking about, Syrinx? Hiccup. There's a game that I'm excited that's similar called Starbase, but apparently it came out and it wasn't that good. I thought you were going to say Starforged at first and was just like, liar, no. Liar, please don't go down that road. Starforged is an abandonware game that promised a lot of crazy stuff, and they never delivered. And it has a lot of weird ass drama behind it. I don't know how, but I thought there was a YouTube VOD, and I'm so confused as to why I can't search it. I'm not sure what you mean, Haya. A VOD in what regard? Oh, I misread. The dyslexia is strong today. Hi, are you okay? Hi, do you need a second? Also, hi, we're talking about video games that consume our lives. Do you have any particular games that you would like to share on this topic? Because I think everybody has a game like that. Hiya, located. Target acquired. Commence bullying, says liar. Internally and externally. Also, yes, I need to do 12. Well, I hope that you're starting right now. I can think of a game that made me stop, and I can think of a game that was consuming my life. By all means, Spencer, if you're willing to share, you have the floor. No other tasks must be attended to. I'm screaming endlessly. Wait, aren't you streaming at some point this weekend, though, Haya? Or am I misremembering this? I'm glad I ended up here somehow. I don't know how you ended up here. How did you manage to get... How? There's a lot of questions that are being left unanswered right now. That I understand also probably can't be answered just due to confusion and clicking and other such things. We're going to start for our entire as a gamer over the course of the ending. Really? I never got to play number 4. Or never got a chance to yet. That's, oh god, what is that game called again? Sons of the Patriots? Is that the one? Two Sons of Liberty. Guns of the Patriots. Thank you, liar. I knew I was mixing two together. I just didn't know where. I, honest to God, felt like I was wasting my life playing video for the first time. Really? What? Was there something specific about the game that, like, struck that chord with you? Like, I know you said the ending, but, like, was there some... excuse me, was there something specifically about the ending that, like... that was like, oh, there it is. There's the thing. There's the light in the darkness, as it were. Because I'm genuinely curious. But also, hi, I hope that the tasks that are required to be completed right now are going smoothly, if nothing else. And I hope that your Saturday in general is going well. All right, there we go. One moment, everybody. There we go. All right. It needs to be a little bit more. Not the brush, you silly lad. The writing was awful. The dumb movie length cutscenes, the expositions Dumps that only exist to clean up the absolute clusterfuck of the plot. Built up from previous games. The fact that that 3 was one of my all-time favorites. It created more disappointment. Ah, that's quite the cluster of things that happen in one go. Though I will agree with you, 3 is freaking wonderful. Like, I love 3. 3 was a fantastic game. I don't know if orange works for this. Or the color that I've chosen. Maybe this was the correct color to start with. I just don't know anymore. The bubble looks really good. Oh, thank you, Blue. I appreciate that. I am actually not 100% digging it at the moment. There we go. Oh god, now I gotta remember that other thing. There's this one technique that I remember doing before. You, like, draw the thing. No, it's specifically away from the thing. Don't know if I can make this work, but I'm going to try. Oh, if I do it this way, we fill this. No, come on now. Yeah, no. Doesn't quite work the way that I want it to. Yeah, that's okay. It's Gwen! Coming in with the pillow throws. Or with the Z throws, rather. Or the Z throws, whichever word you end up enjoying. Well, lo and behold, look who comes by to steal Gwen's thunder. Tisk. Tisk. Alright. Now I have the fun part of trying to figure out how to make this look more like lava. And I see how. But it's really difficult. Okay, we're gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna work. Doesn't lava have black spots? It does, liar. I have a thought process. I don't know if this will work because I'm not very good with effects in this kind of a program, but I'm going to try. So we're gonna take those dark spots and we're gonna see if we can do something with that. Ooh, what would be the way to approach that? Let's try... I'm just gonna try this. see if we can make this work. What is the effect called again? It's wave, yes. Wave maximum. Number of waves. There. If we do that, and then we go to filter and we use, I think it's ripple that I'm thinking of. Oh wait, where's the node for the ripple effect? I'm sorry. Well, that's just strange. Hold on, we're not done yet. Ooh, maybe. This might not work, but we're gonna try it. Okay, that sadly does not work the way that I want it to. Where is the controller for the ripple, though? I'm so confused by this. There's always like a little point that you... Oh, it's for some reason right in the middle. Now, can I duplicate this? Shift it, but in this case, we want to just... Hold on, if we just... stretch it out a little bit more. It doesn't quite want to do what I want it to do. Wah. Thought I had an idea. All fell apart. As things do. Also, the grid is also in the way in hindsight, so that kind of removes the capability a little bit. Like, the idea is there, and it does kind of work, but I think it first of all needs to be darker. Wait, this is silly, but... Ah, the first one looked really good. I don't know what that means, Liar. I've gone through many stages at this point. More orange bits that are the same. Yeah, Liar, you're right. I got to do a lot of different layerings, which is going to be kind of strange and awkward in this regard, but I might be able to... If I can mimic something like this, but with a similar style color... Like you said, kind of more of an orange resembling this. More intense. Try a similar idea. If you use a brush to paint over orange bits, the line to brush over orange between the lines. I see what you're saying. I'm gonna give this one try because I'm curious if I can pull it off. And if I can, yay. And if not, then yeah, I will literally just be like, yeah, Liar nailed it. Should just do what Liar says. But I need to practice these anyway. I see what you have in mind. I think, yeah, if we can layer stuff on top of each other a bit and then just work with that to some degree. Like, I don't know if I can quite get what I want. I was about to say, I feel like the dark has to be on top, though. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like it doesn't work if the darker lines aren't on top. And I don't know why that's where my brain is, but that's where my brain is. And I could be wrong. Maybe I'm doing this completely incorrectly. There'll be somebody out there just like, why aren't you doing it this way? And I'm like, you're right. I am a fool. All right, then in that case, we're gonna do. I think I should lighten it just a little bit. Not saturate. Just a little bit brighter. That person can choke. I'm sorry? I'm sorry, Blue? Question mark? Going to bed, wants to say hi, hello, Solarcy. Have yourself a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think I'm going to put you there. And have yourself a great night and sleep well. Alright, I think we need one more. I just want one more color in there. I don't know if it'll work. Like I said, I'm just trying out something that's in my head at the moment. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'm learning a lot of things right now. That, keep that IMO. What, that crackle? This? The, like, crackly broken pieces? And then we just put them underneath? Then which one? I didn't know which one. Where it was now. Alright, let me get back to it. Let me go back to the waves. Okay, not that one. You mean like this? Is this what you're referring to, liar? I'll just wait until liar responds so that we're not constantly fumbling back and forth in terms of ideas. Yeah, although I think it looks slightly different. Am I imagining? Probably that. I think I had it at like this as far as I'm aware. Unless you were thinking about this, where it's like super sharp. I was going to go with this. And then just also do the thing where I put it below. Though I feel like it would be better if it was like here. No, not outstretched, but stretched out a little bit like that. It should be on top. It looks better on top. You think so? Like so? That's where it should be. Yeah, alright, then we'll do this. No, that actually, I thought that was going to look better. It did. Sorry, I'm backseating though. It's up to you. No, I see your thought process, liar. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. But then I think this bubble's going to have to go over here, because otherwise it's not going to make a lot of sense. And that bubble, that little Foreman bubble's got to be over there. Alright, well then in that case, there's only one thing left to do, and that's the actual background, which will be a relatively simple background, because I'm basically just going to put like a wall of rocks in the back. Oi! Oi, play the music! Tits. Come on, play the music. Go on. Really? Really? Navek, I'm sorry. It would seem that Tits is being an arse. Yeah, that's working. Weird. Yeah, that still works. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Give me a second, Navek. I'll redeem your points. Redeem issue. I'll check that out after stream. Uno secondo, because I need to remember how the heck to do this, because I don't know how to do this in here, unless I can do that here. No, I don't want to report it. Oh my goodness, is this how I have to do it? Fine. Then we do it this way. One moment, also stroopwafel. Oh god, there's a lot of these. Wait, what? They don't even appear on the... They don't redeem on the appear stack? I am so confused. What is happening right now? Uno secondo. That's so weird. It doesn't register that anybody redeemed anything. I am unsure of how to proceed. Because according to Twitch, it says nothing's been redeemed, so I can't refund the point. That's insane. I have no idea how to approach this, Devek. I'm sorry. This is I'm blind. I'm blindsided right now. It sounds specifically like Twitch for some reason isn't registering it, even though Tits definitely registered it. But it didn't. It's very strange. I have no idea how to approach this, Devek. I'm sorry. I will look into this after stream and yell at some peeps. But at the moment, I got nothing. There's not a whole lot I can toss your way in this point. And I'm sorry. No, I'm worried about it. Can't you see how worried about it I am right now? No, that has to be like that. Okay, but how do I make it look like rocks? Because right now it just looks like I'm in like a Minecraft room with like lava. You know what I mean? It's like, well, that's not great. Draw rocks, but I hate drawing rocks, liar. Drawing rocks sucks. Draw a couple of rocks and copy and paste them randomly. I'm not looking directly for like rocks. I'm looking for like, if I grab this and make it just a little bit darker, you know, like the idea of like, okay, that's not even like registering on there very well. Fantastic. Oh, what if I just grab this one again? So like, you know, jagged edge. That looks more like a cube. Hold on. Let me look up some reference here. Oh, God. This looks like a nightmare. That doesn't look like something I want to do. It looks like the opposite of what I want to do. So that's a lot of work. Hold on. I've messed up everything, so. Do you have any rectangular brushes? I don't think so, liar. Not that I'm aware of, at least. I mean, technically. Just looking at this right now. All I would really need to do is just kind of go like... and then just... and just kind of keep doing this. And that would do something. It wouldn't completely nail it, but you know, you could have like a decent rock looking shape in the back if you just kept doing that. It's not perfect, but it would work to some extent. Oh god, are you about to say shading? Liar, you better not say shading now, because I'll be very upset. Go ahead. Say the thing that you're thinking. Hello, Mighty. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I hope that your weekend is treating you well so far. There you go. Not the best rock wall, but definitely does something to it. If you want to push it further, you can color pick the lighter bits of each individual rock section and kind of blend them a bit. How goes the arting? I think we're getting close to being done. And Liar, that's what I figured you were going to say. You're going to be like, if you want to really push it to the next level, you could do extra work. And I'm like, no. Liar, no. Liars say it ain't so. It's not that much extra work. It is to be. Look, let me just at least just squiggle down some fake rocks here for a moment. Bam. Rocks. Not very good, but rocks. And yeah, what you're saying is you want to go below that and go like, hey, let's grab this color, lighten it a bit. Brush, and then essentially what you want to do is kind of like just really fast. Kind of like that, Liar, to some extent. I mean, I'm doing a very sloppy, quick job of it, obviously. But of that variety. And then in like the crevices here, you would like darken it a little bit. Add some nice little dark spots under here. More or less, the highlights could be directly against the cracks, like it makes it look like the rocks are protruding. So I'd have done the lighting more along the face part of the rock. But that's not far off. Oh, you're thinking about like here, right? The idea that like the rocks are kind of like, just to draw for a second, like if this is the wall, that they're kind of like this to some extent. So this is where the light is hitting. That kind of an idea. This is not a fantastic example, but Okay, liar. What I was trying to say was you're thinking about it a little bit more like this. Hold on, do I have P? Yeah. So it's a little bit more along this angle or this area. This is again very poor. Yeah, basically, I think. I love the, how to say it. They're just like, yeah, I guess. You don't need to do that, by the way. No, hold on. So you're thinking like this, right? We're just going to do this really quick and snappy. The perfection of it is not important. And then this area gets the darker edge. And then afterwards, you just go, oh, I hit the wrong button there. Just kind of go blend this all nicely together. And then give this tiny bit of a blend. So that it almost looks like the one chunk. It doesn't work exactly, unfortunately, because of the blending actually makes the shapes less sharp, which is a little bit of a problem, but is that kind of what we're thinking? You see what I mean, basically, yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of work, though. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I don't want just one rock to be, like, wonderfully shaded. Or to be, like, heavily shaded where the rest aren't. So we're just gonna give that a little bit of a reduction. And besides, we have to do a whole other thing. Actually, though... Actually... What's going on, liar? You shaded along the edges works pretty well when it's zoomed out. Oh, were you talking about that one in particular? So you didn't do it wrong? You're talking about that? I think that was it. No, I mean the other ones. Oh, like these? The ones below? Well, it's going to get more complicated, right? Because I need to still put some orange on a bunch of the bottom ones. Alright, in that case, we're going to get rid of this one because he's going to stand out a little bit too much. But we'll keep some of his lighting just for the ha-has. Because you need those ha-has sometimes, you know? I'm going to do this for a couple more rocks. I'm just going to do my maddening little method to this. And then afterwards, we're going to look at it and be like, oh, that didn't work at all. I'm sorry, everyone. Forgive my ignorance. I should have listened to Liar this whole time. Liar knows best. Say it with me, chat. Liar knows best. I'll throw a pillow at the floor. Okay, well, first of all, I want to get a couple more. I like the shadows, though. I want those shadows in here. Just a little, ooh, a little bit more shadow. A little shadow in our lives. Why did my music stop? I'm not a happy lad. And thank you, liar. I like that I'm nice, and then I get a pillow thrown at me. What do you want, liar? What's... Why did the music stop? There is music. but it's really quiet. You get a pillow thrown at you when you're not nice to myself. I'm never nice to myself, liar. That's like part of the charm at this point. The bullying will continue until morale improves. You stay out of this, Haya. You stay out of this. I'm noticing that Gwen's pillow numbers are increasing by 1 with every post, and I'm worried. Alright, now for this, let's grab a really bright version of it. And we'll just have it like that. The pillows are gaining more and more expression. Yeah, nice try, liar. I'm not frightened about you displaying pillows. But Gwen is the blanket specter. You know? That's something you gotta keep an eye on when Gwen starts displaying a bunch of pillows, because you never know entirely what that means. Sorry for missing messages here for a second. This is you being buried in a pile of pillows, Will. Yes, buried pillows. Keep safe. You'll be comfy or else someone swings a bat at you and you'll block with pillow. Pillow blocks swords. The pillow is mightier than the sword. Borb is now safe. A lot of maneuver armor is basically just pillows sewn into clothing. I mean, yeah, the padded armor, right, liar? It's the whole lot. It's that. What is it? It's that. There's a. It starts with a B. I'm pretty sure there's a specific armor that does that, where it's just flat out, just like yeah. Just literally, essentially, like cushion yourself. With pillows until nothing can hurt you anymore. That's what Gambison. Oh, it's Gambison that I'm thinking of. Hold on, let me check that out really quickly. Gambison. Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Liar knows what's up. Well, magical pillows can block non-magical swords, no problem. Yeah, but when you have a magical sword, that's when things gets a little bit more complicated. Liar, you're not allowed to have that emote. That's a dangerous emote. that's got the, how to say it, that's got that like liar put down the gun please like energy. Liar put it down. And yeah, I'm sorry that that didn't work, by the way, Liar. That's such a shame, because, like, considering that you're basically, like, the, how to say it, like, the one man, uh, how to say it, like, front line when everybody else is reloading, when suddenly those guns don't work anymore, it's just like, are you kidding me? Are you really doing this to me right now? Now you're pointing another gun at me? But that's just a pistol. Liar, you wouldn't even shoot a pistol. It wouldn't be worth your time. Yeah, I think the game's aiming system just kind of broke when you get a certain... when you get to a certain level of zombies. Well, you guys were dealing with what? Like a good, like, 200-300 on screen? Like, it was genuinely like a... oh, no. That's a lot of boys. Way more than that, I think. Yeah, it depends on where you were, but I do not disagree with you. It was like, oh boy. Operator might have gone a little overboard with his Zambos. It's like, yeah, you guys need a challenge. There were probably 1,000 packed into an area, which is why I was getting literally 1 frame per second. Brick Muppet just straight crashed. Like, just, his computer just said, nah, that ain't happening, bud. Get out of here with that shit. Navex Compy managed to hold out for him, from what I remember. I think a couple other peeps were kind of okay, depending on where they were. But yeah, there were some areas where it was flat out like, oh. Oh, this just ain't a thing that's happening. God dang it, I got lo-fi on the brain again. Get out of here. Tom Cardy, you pain in the butt. But the real question is though, Liar, despite all that shenanigans, did you still have fun? Because if you had fun at the end of the day, things are still good, you know? At least I want to believe so. Also looks good. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. There's a couple spots still that I want to add the shading to just to make it feel a little bit more correct, but... You know, there was once upon a time that I wanted to be a concept artist, specifically like a background concept artist. And then I remembered that that is a terrible idea and I should never think like that ever again. Oh, that explains why it's not working. It's on. There was a dude in my class who wanted to do concept art. And he basically, when we were doing a capstone, he was like, I'm going to teach myself to be a concept artist. And in like 3 months, he went from like this level to like being able to like sketch out like a desert temple setting in like 45 minutes. Like, concept, mind you. Like, it wasn't flawless, but it was nice. And I'm like, I have no idea how you did that. He's just like, I draw every single day at least 3 of these. And I'm like, you're insane. He's lost his marbles, he has. Oh, that explains why that's not working for me anymore. Wait, something's wrong. There we go. If you do things like super back-to-back, you can get good at them really quick. The orange highlights are a nice touch. Oh, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I remember what I used to do to go to a nearby college and just draw like 30 faces back to back or whatever body part I was studying. I have a friend who is a digital artist that I worked with, and they were like, I'm really bad at hands. And they filled a sketchbook of like 200 pages front and back with hands over the course of like 3 weeks. And I'm like, you're out of your mind. I would draw one and start screaming and then throw the book out the window. That stuff, I don't have a lot of patience, which is probably fairly obvious. But it's also why it's very difficult for me to get good at art, because I just get frustrated very quickly. Alright. Alright, we just gotta put the names down, and then I think we're done with this one. This is probably the most detailed drawing I've done in a very long time, so. And the worst part is I almost forgot to save. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, and we gotta go for like a nice silvery metallic. Now, what was it called again? Hot. Oh wait, no, we gotta like. No, hold on, no. The color's gotta be like a. Hold on. Hot metal. Color. Hex. What kind of a code do we got here? Well, we'll take that one then. And thank you, Liar. It's appreciated. I know that it could be a lot better. I acknowledge that. But sometimes you just gotta take the victories where you can get them. Death. Put mountain at the bottom. I never said I sucked, though I appreciate the redeem, Liar. I'm saying that it can be better. Because everything can be better, right? You can always do better. I think that's how you spell fiery. Fiery's always spelled really weird. Hold on. Google. Google. Fiery. No, I did spell it right. Fiery. With an F. No. There. Stinky note. All right, we can do that, Dorn. Also, hello, Dorn. How are you? Yeah, it works. He's on there. Why it's not? Oh my God, liar! That's why fiery is such. Fiery is one of the ones that like as. I will use that so many points. That's so many stinky notes. Stinky notes. I said it right the first time. Ah. Right, we go. Ba-dump. And also, how are you, Dorn? How goes your weekend so far? Hope that it's treating you nicely. Stickney notes? Ugh. That's too complicated, liar. No, don't do that. Only 3. One, 2, 3. Oh, is it gonna have to be 4? It might have to be 4. Ah! I'm playing totally legit copy 3 days before release. Did they accidentally the code, Dorn? Because I was about to say, I saw a couple people playing it and was just like, I don't recall it being out yet. Did they whoopsie doodle the shit out of that thing? And also, the more important question here is, how is it? I remember liking the first one. The first one had some good times to it. A little bit janky, a little bit wacky, but still. Is that the game that is kind of like Souls-like? Yeah, kind of, liar. Sort of. It needs a desperate day 1 patch. Oh no. But the game itself is good. Okay, so the fundamentals are solid. It's just got some hiccups. If I'm gonna take a guess. Honestly, if that's the case, then I'm actually kind of excited to see where it goes. Ooh, okay, so it's not optimized, is what you're saying. It is it needs a little tweaking in terms of performance. Excuse me. Oh my God, with DLSS on? How old is the leak? Oh, that's a good point, liar. I mean, it depends though, right? Because if it's only like a couple days old, then, you know, you're kind of in that weird state of like, ooh, I really hope that they can crank out an optimization patch by then. They should be able to, actually. 6 or 7 days? The leak is yesterday and it comes out 3 days from now. Some peeps are probably working over the weekend. in that case. Though also, yikes. Do you know anything about the leak at all, Dorn? Or just like, at one point, peeps were just like, hey, this is out and available. If anybody wants some of that. Alright. Also, I think that we're basically done here. The most complex background I've done in quite a while. Oh, and man, also went for 3 hours and 3:15 already. Jesus. Time zoomed. How even? You did good. I tried my dangdest. I am waiting for the commentary where people are going to be like, is that some kind of cheese fondue at the bottom there? And I'm going to be like, this is why I don't do complex backgrounds. Alright, I have saved it. I'm going to go ahead and start taking a peeksy poo for somebody that we can raid, but I appreciate you guys stopping by, doing all the good things. We're not quite gone yet, just I want to start looking around. Oh, Rick Muppet is playing some Zomboid. Look at that boy go. Nah, looks like lava. I hope it does, liar. There are people streaming, but I don't know any of them. Well, I haven't gotten a chance to raid Erwan in a while, and she's playing Tower of Fantasy, so that wouldn't be too bad of a choice in terms of a raid. And we get to watch anime girls in I think it's a single player MMO, quote unquote. I can't even remember if Tower of Fantasy is technically an MMO or not. I think it's an MMO in the same way that Genshin Impact is. I think. Maybe? I don't know. Is Genshin technically an MMO? I'm not even sure anymore, liar. I don't even know what MMO stands for anymore in terms of, like, how people view it as. Because, like, MMO is a massive multiplayer online, right? So technically, if the game is online and there is a massive amount of people with the capability of multiplayering, technically it's an MMO, right? Like, it gets weird in that case. Otherwise, Halo is an MMO. See, but that's where it gets complicated, right? You start being like, okay, well, how does this actually work? We don't know. I think MMO does mean different things to different people. All right. Regardless, we are going to go ahead and raid Erwan because I haven't gotten to raid Erwan in like probably like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. That's no good. It's that way when classifying anything super specifically, though, to be honest. Yeah, because everyone has a specific way of describing the specific thing, right? It starts getting weirdly complicated. But all right. And no problem at all, Brian. Thank you so much for sticking around for as long as you did. I know that normally you go to bed a fair bit earlier, so I appreciate you sticking it out with us. And I hope to see you tomorrow at Kaju Stream, along with everybody else. Heck, give that boy a quick shout out while we're at it. There you go. Kaju should be streaming tomorrow, and this art will be displayed along with a bunch of other art. So, if you aren't following Kaju already, I would recommend doing so. He's a good lad. He does the arts, he does the games, he does the art, the weekly art roundup, sketchy Sundays. There we go. That was the term. And have yourself a good night as well. Spencer, thank you so much for stopping by, and the same to you, Blue. Let me check one more time. Yeah. All right. Looks like she's still going for a bit, so we are going to go ahead and raid Erwin. There you go. And there you go. If you guys are subscribed, please use the top raid message. If you are not subscribed, please use the bottom raid message. We're going to do just a quick outro because I'm getting sleepy. Also, apologies if I was came across as a little bit more short-fused. When you go for 5 days with a headache, there's just a point where you just can't handle things as easily anymore. So I apologize if I came across a little bit catty at times. Wasn't the intention. I acknowledge I could be that way at times, and I need to get better at that. But regardless. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for sticking around. Whether you were chatting, whether you were lurking, whether you just popped in and out for a second, know that you were super appreciated. Hope that you guys are having a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time it might happen to be for you. I know I don't suck liar, but sometimes you just have days where you just can't handle things as well as you normally do, and I don't like that. I get annoyed with myself for not being able to handle things. I hope that you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope that you're drinking plenty of water. And when you finally do sleep, whatever time that might happen to be for you, I hope that you guys have a very restful sleep. I will see you guys over at Erwin. 17 people. You guys are nuts. What are you even doing here? Well, you're going to go and watch Erwin soon is what you're going to do. Thank you so much, bedheads and sleepy breads. And I will see you guys at the next sleepover. Bye-bye.